It's back to the drawing board for leaders in Clovis after a court order calls on them to create an affordable housing plan.
It's about taking individuals and giving them a place of their choosing of where to live, not being dictated that they have to live in slumlord apartments because that's all they can afford.
How one woman's fight could make a difference in the lives of many, and why this project has property owners in the community concerned.
We believe in strengthening Medicare, Medicaid, and the ACA, because these programs are not partisan luxuries, they are lifelines for so many Americans.
Talks to extend Affordable Care Act subsidies screeching to a halt on Capitol Hill, while lawmakers are struggling to come to a compromise with just weeks left until millions get a dose of sticker shock from next year's health insurance premiums.
A Navy admiral who's become the face of a controversial airstrike on an accused drug vessel in the Caribbean will be in the hot seat on Capitol Hill today, while lawmakers are now pressuring the defense secretary to resign, and why the president is waving off those demands.
You're watching Fox 26, and now, great day.
Good morning to you. We begin this hour with a live look at El Capitan, a slight view of Half Dome in Yosemite National Park. Absolutely beautiful. And it could be one of those days, I'm wondering, Justin, whether it's going to be warmer there than it is down here in the valley. I guess we're about to find out, right? Good morning to you. I'm Liz Gonzalez.
I'm Carl Cook.
And I'm Justin Willis. Thank you for joining us here. Yeah, clear skies up there in the mountains.
Sunny,
beautiful,
gorgeous.
Well, it's the moon.
Yeah, well,
still dark outside.
I'm saying once the sun comes up, it's going to be beautiful. It's beautiful right now.
Yeah, it's pretty nice out there. And not expecting too much with the fog today, but it is going to be colder than usual still. Below normal temperatures still expected today. It is a little cloudy right now, 43 degrees at the moment. Winds are at 5 miles an hour. The dew point's at 39. Here's the rest of the day. At 10 a.m., it's going to be 44, at noon, 46, and at 5 o'clock, 47. We are expecting to see the sun today. We didn't really see it yesterday, but it was very cold out there yesterday. We should be a tad warmer, but still below normal out there today. All right, coming up next, we'll take a look and see what's going on with all these cold temperatures around the valley. Details coming up.
Classes will begin as normal this morning at El Diamante High School in Visalia after an off-campus assault led to the investigation of a non-credible threat. Youth service officers with the Visalia Police Department arrested 2 people for battery yesterday following the assault of a student outside of the El Diamante campus. Officers say they learned of a possible threat to the school as they were carrying out the investigation, but police found there was no immediate threat to students, staff, or the school campus. Visalia Unified did release a statement about the seriousness of making false threats, reminding parents that student safety is a top priority. Happening today, the Clovis City Council will meet to discuss a plan to create affordable housing that follows a court order stemming from a recent lawsuit. The map you're about to see shows 20 sites that the city of Clovis has chosen for potential high-density housing. Each blue dot marks a spot. As you can see, they're scattered all around town. Des Martinez is the advocate behind the landmark lawsuit in which she fought for more affordable housing in Clovis and won. For Martinez, the lawsuit was personal. She says it's about making a place like Clovis accessible for people like her who are working to rebuild their lives after experiencing homelessness.
So when your mind is so traumatized from living on the streets, you become somebody else, right? You become a product of your environment. That's so true. Now that I'm off the streets and I've been inside, I've changed over the years. Myself, wanted to be part of Clovis. I wanted to be a part of that life. I wanted to live there. I'm getting older. I want a slower paced type of community, and I couldn't afford it.
Martinez is now working to change the lives of people with stories similar to hers. She's emphasizing affordable housing isn't just for the unhoused. She says it's anyone who cannot afford skyrocketing rent, like grandparents on fixed incomes, people with disabilities, and young families. Community members have since expressed concerns about the impact that this project could have on their property values. A federal court now dismissing a lawsuit filed against the city of Fresno's smoke shop ordinance. That ordinance, passed in April, limits where and how smoke shops can operate. It requires new permits for those already open. The lawsuit filed by the California Smoke Shop Association claimed the ordinance violated their constitutional rights. An attorney who represented the association says there's still more to be decided.
We also argued that the ordinance violated the member smoke shop's due process rights and violated the Equal Protection Clause. In fact, only 2 of those issues were actually litigated in the current case. That was the equal protection and due process issues. So the question of whether or not the ordinance unconstitutionally takes our members' businesses and property is still to be decided.
The city argues a number of smoke shops had been putting public health and safety at risk, some of those near schools, parks, and community centers. In one case, the city says a 16-year-old was caught selling smoke products at a shop on Blackstone Avenue. The minimum age to sell controlled substances is 21. The city says those findings are why the judge pushed back against the association's claims.
The judge in all of these instances has to agree to the dismissal, which he did, which is not surprising because of the rulings that he's made in the past, statements that he's made in the past that the city of Fresno does indeed have extreme policing powers to regulate this type of industry.
According to the city, 80% of smoke shops cited for selling illegal products continue to do so after reinspection. 26 smoke shops have voluntarily closed after inspection, while others have until December of next year to close their doors. However, the city says operators still have time to keep their doors open by applying for a conditional use permit. Because this case was dismissed without prejudice, a new lawsuit could still be filed. The attorney for the California Smoke Shop Association says right now there are no plans to file again. Fresno City Council member Annalisa Perea says that the court's dismissal sends a powerful message about the rights of people. She released a statement saying the ordinance was never about targeting every smoke shop. She says it was about holding operators accountable when their actions brought crime, danger, and instability into the community.
Our time is 5:06 now, and not much happening with the fog this morning here. 4 miles visibility in Fresno, and that's about the worst of it there. Half mile over in Paso there towards the coast, but we're doing okay so far. But we'll track this to see if there's any more developments throughout the morning in terms of fog. But really not expecting anything at this point with that. All right, so have a bunch of alerts here to go over here. Temperatures have been below normal, but no alerts for the San Joaquin Valley. However, we got a few things going on. First, we got those king tides really having an impact on the Bay Area there, leading to coastal flooding there. That's going to be in effect all the way through Sunday. They're looking at 15-foot waves up in some of those areas there, and that goes down for Monterey Bay as well. But the cold weather really impacting the Sierra Nevada mountains here, an advisory there through 9 o'clock this morning above the 9,000-foot level. Wind chills there getting up to -1 degrees up there. So Kings Canyon, Sequoia National Park, and Yosemite National Park all going to be impacted by that. Another cold weather advisory over towards the coastline there. San Benito and Monterey counties also in a cold weather advisory. Their temperatures getting down to 28 to 33 degrees over there. This is going to be in effect through tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock there. So very cold over that way of things. And then also have a freeze warning going on over in San Luis Obispo County. That's in effect until 8 o'clock this morning. Some other freeze warnings there in Los Angeles County. And anybody heading south today might want to be aware of some dense fog there right at the base of the Grapevine there. That's in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. About a quarter to a half mile visibility there if you're going that way. Also dealing with some wind if you're going to be heading over the Grapevine there as well. 30 to 40 mile an hour wind speeds expected until 3 o'clock this afternoon there. All right, so we've got some high pressure that could break up some of that cloud cover today. It's been cloudy all week. Didn't really get to see much of the sun yesterday, but today we could very well see a little bit more of it. We do have some cold air that's still being funneled in from the north there, and that's thanks to a trough that's kind of been hugging the California coastline all week long there. Temperature-wise, we are staying below normal here. Today we're at 51. That's about 7 degrees below normal today. Tomorrow 53, closer to normal Saturday with a 56. And we got upper 30s going for your overnight lows. All right, just a little bit here. We'll get a look at the rest of your highs and lows across the San Joaquin Valley.
Millions of Americans are likely to experience sticker shock in the coming weeks as the Affordable Care Act subsidies are set to expire. How a pledge by GOP senators to vote on extensions is now falling apart on Capitol Hill.
The Chuck Chansey Sky Camp, sponsored by Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino.
And it is now 5:09. Here is a live look at downtown Fresno. 43 degrees there right now. A little bit of fog and haze there. You can find new headlines and the weather forecast on your screen all morning long, even through the commercial break.
Hi, I'm Monty Torres of Fox 26 News on YouTube. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel, where we have loads of great content for you to choose from. And while you're here, why not click on the subscribe button right here? That way you can stay in touch with all the latest breaking news, everything news related within the Central Valley. And thank you for watching.